Hey, what is up, guys? I am here to give you another SpongeBob review. But before I get it started, I want you guys, and I'm gonna Western Fortune 44 is always in the description box. So, um, I want you to go down below on Western Fortune 44, and I'm gonna post this video there too. I want you to watch 300 videos idea because I need that. Really need those. I don't have very many. But yeah, all I really have to say right there. Just so go down in that description box. So what I am here to give you though is my SpongeBob review, and this is I think it's episode 26, but I know it's season 1 episode. But I just don't know the episode, so I need to start counting before. So let me just count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It's 26, yep. And this episode is the Halloween special of SpongeBob SquarePants. It's called Scaredy Pants. And this episode came out on October 28th, 1999. So around Halloween time, it was like 2 days before. No, 3, because it's on October 31st. But anyways, for an episode, this was a pretty good episode, to be honest with you. It was a good Halloween edition. Um, and I like what they did with the storyline a little bit, and I'm gonna get to it. So and they did kind of like things that made it feel like it was Halloween too. So you felt like you were watching a Halloween episode, where like nowadays you see Halloween, they just show kind of like the day after Halloween after that. But anyways, it starts out at the Krusty Krab. The narrator talks about how Halloween's a time where everyone has fun. It kind of shows like a spider swooping down, which I don't understand why. Oh, underwater spiders, never mind. A skeleton. So then SpongeBob's cleaning the dishes because he's about to get off work, which I don't understand why Mr. Krabs didn't give him the day off since it's Halloween, but Mr. Krabs is a dick though. So, anyways, he kind of hears noises, kind of like a whole. So this kind of gave you like a horror movie kind of feel to it, where the person hears noises and then he gets all scared. That's kind of what it was like. So then he just kind of continues, and then he sees on that little stand thing where Squidward puts the orders, that it says boo on it. So then he kind of starts doing it, cleaning the dishes real fast, and so he can get off his shift. But the problem is, I think I heard some of them break because I heard crashing sounds. But he tries to run away, but Mr. Krabs stops him in his tracks, and he's gonna tell him a very scary story. He asks if this monster is like the worst monster of all. So then he tells him the story, and he tells him the story about the Flying Dutchman. I don't think we've seen the Flying Dutchman before this episode. I think this is the first time you see the Flying Dutchman. So what he is he flies around on a ship, and Mr. Krabs is showing examples with kitchen stuff that he has, like the Krabby Patty. So since SpongeBob's like, excuse me, did his ship look like a Krabby Patty? So I thought that was kind of funny right there. So then he says that that he takes your souls, and I guess in their world, souls look like pickles because it's still how it is. And he like puts it in a bag where you never get them, and he just runs away with them. So then Mr. Squidward comes up behind SpongeBob and he says, "I've come for your pickles." And then he gets scared. And I guess so on Halloween he has the name Scaredy Pants, hence the name of the episode, Scaredy Pants. So they always try to scare him for their own amusement, I guess. So then Mr. Krabs is having a party, and he kind of makes fun of him saying, "I guess you're too afraid to go to my party, huh, Scaredy Pants." So then Plankton kind of mocks, no, not Plankton, Squidward kind of mocks him again and has steal your soul, and then SpongeBob gets scared. He kind of does a little walk around about what he's scared of. He was scared of a light jack-o'-lantern that laughed. A kid scared him when he was trying to trick or treat, and then when the mom says, "It's okay, son, that's just SpongeBob Scaredy Pants." And then Mrs. Puff scares him when she's driving in his boat, and then she says, "Happy Halloween, Scaredy Pants." She's dressed as a witch because she's a bitch. But anyways, then SpongeBob's carving this huge ass pumpkin, which I have no idea how he got the pumpkin. Um, but moving on. So then SpongeBob watching though. And by the way, how was he able to afford that since Mr. Krabs barely pays him any money? Just wondering. But anyway, he says that he wants to be scary for once, because everyone tries to scare him every year. So he asks one of his chances. Then he gets scared by the jack-o'-lantern. So then Patrick knocks on his door and he tries to scare him. But he's wearing like one of those glasses like mine and one of those fake nose and a beard kind of thing. For his Halloween costume, so he scares him. So then SpongeBob wants to know when he can wants to know why he can't scare people. So Patrick suggests that he goes in a scary costume. So then he's dressed as like a ghost, but he's like kind of one of those square ghosts, because he's square. And so yeah, and Patrick kind of thought that he was going at his trick-or-treat bag, but he mentions that he's the ghost of the Flying Dutchman. So then Patrick feels like that there's something missing, so I guess he kind of took SpongeBob's Christmas tree, which I don't know why he went shopping for it that early. I don't even know why they sold him that early, but he cuts the tree, so then now SpongeBob just has to go buy a new one, kind of a dick move, and you can just see SpongeBob, he's like, that's my Christmas tree. So yeah, but anyways, he cuts and he makes shoes out of the bulk, and he kind of looks okay with those shoes on, not the best. Then little kids knock on the door and Patrick says, "Hey, let's scare the little kids. The little kids are easy to scare." So he tries to scare them, but this is what he does when he tries to scare them. Whoa! So then the kids just laugh and they say, "Look, it's the haunted matches." So then he tries to give him his candy. They're like, "Nope, that was enough of a treat, thank you." So that was kind of funny. So SpongeBob questions why it didn't work, but then Patrick made a paper mache ghost. So then SpongeBob realizes what's missing. So he tries to have Patrick ask him what the difference between that ghost is and me, and he's like, don't tell me. Wait, don't tell me. I can do this. Wait, don't tell me. He like wears himself out a little bit. So then SpongeBob says, so then Patrick's like, okay, tell me. So then SpongeBob mentions the fact that he has a square head and the ghost has a round one. So they're gonna make him round like a ghost. So then they're in the bathroom. So Patrick's gonna shave SpongeBob so he looks like that round ghost. And then pretty much what happens here is he wants to make sure he's sure, and it's a good thing he did it because later on in the episode it's gonna help SpongeBob, but he does do it. He ends up being round. So then they kind of enter in this intense moment with Patrick putting on the glasses like this, saying, "Let's go scare somebody." And then they're trying to scare people, but they're not really scaring them. They just think they are. They go to try to scare this one guy, but actually there was this funny part where SpongeBob's like, "I'm the Flying Dutchman," and Patrick's like, "Ooh, I don't know who I am." So, but they try to, but like I said, they're trying to scare people, but they're not scaring them. They go to this one guy's house and they try to scare him, but they just run away. And then the guy says, "Hey, wait, don't your kids want your candy?" So then they're hiding behind like one of that skeleton-shaped rocks, and Patrick says that you scared of the bejeebus out of that guy. So then no, the barnacles. So then he says that there's a party at the Krusty Krab and the Flying Dutchman's gonna show up uninvited. So and then SpongeBob sees somebody else come, and then he just tries to scare them. It was the kids that he tried to scare the first time when he had the square head. So then one of the kids says, "Was that the haunted mattress?" And then the other kid says, "I guess he got devoted to the haunted sleeping bag." That was a funny moment right there. So then we're at the party. Mr. Krabs is bobbing for apples, and he starts to choke on one of the apples. But so then Poe says, "Dad, you're scaring me. Dad, you're embarrassing me again." Instead of just helping him fucking survive. So then Sandy and Squidward kind of talk to each other. She comments on the costume and the party, and then Squidward just says, "What are you supposed to be?" No, wait. What are you supposed? No, that just sounds like somebody else. What are you supposed to be? And Sandy's like, "Well, I'm a fish in a bowl." Well, no, I'm a goldfish in a glass bowl. I don't get it. And then Sandy just kind of walks away pissed, and Squidward's like, "Yeah." But then SpongeBob and Patrick, SpongeBob's tied to a rope, so because he's gonna go swoop down like he's flying. And SpongeBob and Patrick kill the lights, and you can actually see Squidward. He doesn't really react to it. He just kind of looks calm about it, cause he's like, "Big fucking deal." And everyone else is just screaming, but Squidward's just like, "Yep, okay, good." But anyways, so and you could see Mr. Krabs just had it in the bowl of water with the apples in it, so you can see that. So then Mr. Patrickson has a megaphone and he's talking, and SpongeBob has like this scary look on his face. It's like, can't really describe it, but then he said that he says, "Give me your souls." But it doesn't really last that long. They were scared for a second, but then a jellyfish decides to be a dick and sting Patrick in the ass. So then Patrick kind of feels the pain and runs around. And then that ends up having SpongeBob going upside down, and they can see his pants. So then Patrick says, Patrick tries to play it off like he says, "I'm not SpongeBob. Those are just my street clothes." And then the Flying Dutchman comes, and he's just sick and tired of seeing all these ridiculous costumes happening at being worn as a joke to the Flying Dutchman, and then you can kind of see Squidward hide, and then you see Squidward hide his costume. So then he tells them that he's gonna steal the souls, and the Flying Dutchman actually breathes fire, so that's kind of nice to mention. So then he's gonna steal SpongeBob's soul because he has like a ridiculous costume. And SpongeBob says, "So you're saying I'm not scary?" And then the Flying Dutchman's last, he cuts him down with the swords. He has to talk about things that are scary, like spiders and himself, but he tells them that he's not scary. So then they're gonna steal his soul. And then he takes the sheet off. He gets scared by SpongeBob, and then you see SpongeBob saying, "I scared him." But the thing is, the reason why he scared him is because I mentioned that SpongeBob shaving himself was gonna help him. It wasn't because of the ghost, because when he took off the sheet, he was like a little tiny skeleton kind of thing, and his brain was like on top, like it just didn't look right. But he still wore like square pants and stuff. So then he's like, "Hey, I scared him," and then he scares everybody else, and then Patrick's happy that he finally scared him. Well, SpongeBob's happy. He's like, "Wow, I finally scared everybody," and then Patrick's like, "It's probably because of your pink hat," and then SpongeBob's like, "Pink hat? Oh, that's not a hat, that's my brain." He's like, "Oh." And then Patrick gets scared. I don't know why Patrick got scared, though, because he was the reason that all this happened. And then, SpongeBob at the end, it blacks out, and he says, "Don't worry, it grows back." So I really like the Halloween episode of SpongeBob. I don't really want them to make any more, because that episode is like the shit. And there's no songs really to it either, because you hear like songs now in some Halloween episodes for no fucking reason. It's like, we're gonna sing songs. It does happen in the Christmas special, but I guess they want to have some Christmas music, but they play Halloween music, so I like that they didn't in some movies. So I like that they didn't really do that with this episode. I think they did a pretty good job with this episode overall. I think this is actually my favorite episode now, out of all the ones I've seen. I liked Pizza Delivery, but this one had a lot of goof. Like, this one was funny, but it was like, it made it feel like it was Halloween episode. Like, even like when they introduced the episode, like the beginning credits, you can see like they put like ghosts and spiders in there. So I like that they tried to make this episode really feel like it was Halloween. They did all the stops to go with the Halloween kind of thing. Um, and it was just a really good episode. I also, and the thing that I also liked was that SpongeBob, how they made SpongeBob kind of look like a scaredy pants, and then they kind of like try slowly like built him up into like the whole episode's focused on him trying to scare everybody. And I also like that I like Squidward in this episode too. He actually did a lot in this episode, when he wasn't even in it that much. Like the Sandy kind of comments, and then when the lights go out, he didn't really react to it, and he had that Flying Dutchman costume. So I think he contributed, and this actually kind of made the Flying Dutchman successful too, because he's not just in the Halloween episode. You're gonna see him later on in the episodes. But that's pretty much it though for this episode of SpongeBob. I'll be back tomorrow to review another one. But like I said, I'm gonna be posting my video 300 videos idea from Wrestling Fortune 44. I'll be back on that channel later to review wrestling. But that's pretty much it, guys. See you later. Well, I missed it.